Fight fans, fight fans, fight fans. This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News. And I don't know if you guys know, but I am a huge Game of Thrones fan. I've been watching it for the last 4 years. And I think in 2015, I started binging it. And I was hooked ever since. You know, I think the binging process was probably the most delightful, simply because you could binge. You can watch one season after another, and then eventually you get caught up. But that's like the sad thing about it. You get caught up, then you're like, shit, I gotta watch this every week. You know, so imagining, I think by that time it was the 4th season or the 5th season. And after that, I had to normally watch it like everybody else. But I know a lot of this community with Counterpunch Boxing News, a lot of my supporters, they're from the UK, and of course, this is a British-based show. And for those that don't watch the show, I don't know what to tell you. But I had to give you my insight on season 3. So guys, if you haven't saw any of these and you want to get caught up, don't watch this. Don't watch this, because this is all season 8. And I was really surprised with how fast the White Walkers and the Night King came to Winterfell. They got there pretty damn fast. Jon Snow understood who he was pretty damn fast. Everything kind of evolved like, they're already there. They had the Great War with the Night Watchers, or the Night Walkers rather, and the Night King. The Night King is a Night King is one of those pragmatic, cynical bastards that has one goal in mind. His goal is to destroy everything and everybody. I think that's pretty much what it is. He wants everyone in Westeros to be like him, and it was one of those things where, and the funny thing about it, I messed around and missed a huge chunk of it, so I got to watch the beginning. So I caught like maybe 20 minutes of the end of the show, which I was pissed because I'm watching, I think, another HBO, because I have DirecTV. But anyhow, you just seen people that died. A lot of people got their ass clipped today. I'm not sure about Brianna Tarth or Jamie. I think they might live. They may not. But they were getting overcrowded, overpowered. They just did not have enough arms. It was simply too many Night Walkers. They were just coming all from everywhere. And I have to see how that came about. I think they were already there without them knowing. Because I think the Night King had a big surprise for him, but I'm not sure, because again, I missed about an hour of it. But it was crazy, man, that these things, it was almost like a mixture between kind of Fear of the Walking Dead, Troy, of course some soft porn, and some really good acting rolled into one. It just gets you to know, like, well, Cersei, she has to die. Cersei has to go. You know what I mean? Because it's like all those it was like at least 100. I think it was more than 100,000 Night Walkers. I think that they had freaking giants. They had a dragon, 2 or 3 giants, because every giant that died turned into a Night Walker. They were deep. They were very deep in number. So, but no, man, it's crazy. It's like everybody fought like it was their last day, and there was for a lot of characters. Theon Greyjoy, he got his honor back for House Stark. He proved that he not only, Ned raised him to be a Stark, even though he was a Greyjoy. He got that honor back that Ned gave him. That was important. I think that was really, what they were trying to push, because Theon, he didn't have to go back to Winterfell to help the Starks or Jon or any of those, or the Queen. He didn't have to do that. He could have stayed with his sister. He rescued his sister. That was one strike or one merit. Then, of course, he went to Winterfell. He tried to defeat the Night King. Night King just and he fell dead. Killed him. He's gone. But it was like the Three-Eyed Raven / Brandon Stark pretty much gave him that assurance, like, you're a good man. And I think that which gave him confirmation, like, okay, whatever I do after this point, it's pretty much golden. I've made my peace with the Starks and with myself, even though I don't have root and stem anymore, but I do have big giant balls. And he does prove that he has big giant balls going up against the Night King himself. And I thought it was funny because a lot of this, like, normally, like the Night Walkers, they didn't interfere. They didn't interfere at all. They kind of stood in a standstill, like, okay, we know what's happening. Even when Theon was running with that damn spear, he looked like Jaime Lannister on that horse when he was trying to take out the Dragon Queen, right? But a little bit more dramatic. And he was just like, running and shit with, this one-dimensional, you know what I mean? Like, dude, come on. All they have to do is reflect, slice, stab, death, bye. Okay, as we were. So, it was, that was really cool. Another death, Sir Davos, he died. And it's symbolic because both of these characters did some shit where they were abolished forever and they were kind of outcasted for the long time. Especially, not Sir Davos. Was it Sir Davos? But anyway, no, that's not who that is. Before I start saying the wrong person, because I hate not knowing stuff, you know what I mean? Dragon Queen. Because it wasn't Sir Davos. Sir Davos is, I think, the guy from Flea Bottom, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But, there you go. All right. We'll know soon enough. But anyway, he proved that he was worthy of being with Daenerys once again, and he risked it. He risked his life for it, and he gave it. Yeah, Mormont. There you go, Jorah Mormont. I know that wasn't the case because I know Sir Davos is, was once hand to Stannis Baratheon. So okay, that's why I didn't say it. It didn't mean right, but he left. And it was basically like out of exhaustion and, and too too many wounds, because he fought to the end. They were basically, this is Marine all over again in retrospect, because they were goners. But I like how the Dragon Queen, she picked up a knife and a sword or whatever, and she defended with him. So, with Jorah, you know what I mean? And that was like a symbolic, and it showed a lot of things. It showed that he was in love with that person. He was going to give his life for that person. The dude overcame freaking the stone disease, and let Mr. Tully, experiment on him. Or Tally, sorry, Mr. Tally, Sam, Big Sam, experiment on him to come back to her, to serve her. And he served his purpose. So a lot of things, this was a really important episode. And again, if you're not a Game of Thrones fan, this has nothing to do with boxing per se, but I wanted to, give my insight on it, because this is what this Sunday was about for me. And I missed it ripping and running into town. Was on the wrong station. I was watching them. I'm waiting for it to come on. And I think, hey, I'm early. Because I think it came on at 9, But no, it came on at 8 Central. Okay? So I'm sitting around at 9 o'clock. And the shit's almost over. And it just shows how long it is. It's a really long, this particular episode was long. It was like an hour and 20 minutes, like a movie. Which was cool. But I'm just waiting for the next one. I'm waiting to see who lived, because there probably was some more deaths. The witch, I guess her purpose was done. She took that damn necklace off, and she just kind of withered away. Shit, she was probably 500 years old. But I mean, like, the funny thing about it is, like, she didn't serve any purpose, I don't think, unless she did something in the first hour. But all she did was hide behind other people who were fighting, because she came out behind the Hound that I saw. So I'm like, well, what the hell what purpose did you really serve? Like, did you have some fucking fire magic to throw at at the Night King or some shit? Like I didn't get it. So I didn't get that. But I know it was kind of like, with her, she had to see the Night King die. So I guess her objective was complete. Like, but I mean, I didn't see her help at all. Or, unless she done something in the first hour that I fucking missed. But I feel that now everyone knows where they're at. I think that this particular episode with the Great War happening and ending puts everybody in a more humbling state of mind. Sure, I know season 4 is going to be business as usual, back to getting, back to the houses. But I think the people that made this pact of fighting these fuckers now are at peace with who they are. I don't think there will be any kind of backstabbing and shit. I'm pretty sure some trivial petty shit will be, but it won't be anything like we thought, like, a conspiracy to kill someone. Anyone that fought in that war, I think the survivors will be humbled and understand that we need to stick together, and then we've formed a pact. So whatever we do, we're going to do it together. And I thought that was pretty damn important. But I have to end this with Arya Stark. Faceless God trainee, aka badass little woman. Hashtag little naked. Hashtag not a virgin no more. Did the damn duty. She was that person that really people overlook. They look at Jon Snow, they look at the Dragon Queen, they look at Cersei, but you have to understand, Arya Stark is that person that took out the freaking phrase. Okay? Took them out, mind you. They were, she killed all of them by poison. Took out their whole house. One person killed all of them at one death stroke. So so I'm thinking like, damn, I ain't seen Arya, because the last 20 minutes I'm looking at this shit, I'm like, damn, I ain't seen Arya. What the hell is she? And, and then I seen that White Walker kind of like something was flying like past him or whatever. The wind was blowing past his old white ass hair, blowing in the wind. You know what I mean? And it wasn't wind from Winterfell. It was Arya coming with that dagger, and she came, and Night King turned around with those sharp reflexes that he had, the same reflexes it did to kill Theon Greyjoy, and caught her ass. And he caught her, and she took that shit, and she dropped it like military style, like and like she was reversing a grip to that sword that was it that steel But anyway, that fancy ass dagger from the Lannisters, right? Took that, stabbed him, and then and everyone just went down. All those they just wiped everybody out. So the theory was right. You take out the Night King, you take out every one of them. And it was a trip, and that's that, And if it wasn't for that Night King, he would have took out the three-eyed raven, / Brandon Stark. He would have been gone, and they would have went south. And something though, like I said, I kind of wish they would have done that. I kind of wish that he would have prevailed in that sense. Yes, it would have sucked. The Dragon King would have died. Jon Snow would have died. Everybody would have eventually died, right? But it's like, then that would have gave Cersei a wake-up call. And I don't think the one little Night Walker in the box did it for her. I think when she's seen a big-ass army of fucking, 150 to 200,000, right? Coming for her ass, it would have been like, oh, shit. Probably the Golden Company would have been like, you know what? Fuck this. We didn't sign up for this. We signed up for fighting people that we can kill. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's my take on all the seasons, especially season 3. You guys tell me what you think, the ones that watch this show. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunched. Peace.